Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something many people silently struggle with: nighttime hot flashes. If you've ever woken up drenched in sweat, off the covers only to pull them back minutes later, you know how disruptive this can be. It's more than just an inconvenience, it's a health concern that affects sleep, mood, and overall well-being. Now, here's the question: can one single change really make a difference in stopping nighttime hot flashes? The short answer is yes. And that change comes down to rethinking our lifestyle, especially at night. Research shows that hot flashes are triggered by sudden shifts in body temperature regulation, influenced by hormones. But what many don't realize is that external factors, like what we eat, drink, and even wear to bed, can intensify these symptoms. For instance, alcohol and spicy foods before bedtime are notorious for worsening nighttime sweats. On the other hand, simple shifts such as keeping the bedroom cooler, wearing breathable cotton fabrics, avoiding late night stimulants can dramatically reduce the frequency of hot flashes. But perhaps the most powerful single change is managing body temperature through sleep hygiene. Cooler room, layered, lightweight bedding, and even relaxation practices like deep breathing before bed can help regulate the nervous system and reduce sudden heat surges. This doesn't just minimize hot flashes, it improves sleep quality, leading to better energy, mood balance, and overall health. Important to remember that while no one-size-fits-all solution exists, addressing just one major trigger like room temperature, dietary habits, stress can create noticeable relief. Small, consistent steps are often the beginning of big transformations. So can one change stop nighttime hot flashes? For many people, yes. It might be as simple as keeping the room cooler, avoiding a cup of coffee before bed, or shifting bedtime habits. Sometimes, it's not about doing everything differently. It's about finding that one change your body responds to, and then building from there. Keynotes of the speech. Flashes are linked to hormonal shifts but worsened by external lifestyle factors. Caffeine, alcohol, and spicy foods before bed can intensify nighttime hot flashes. Managing body temperature with cooler bedrooms and breathable fabrics is a powerful single change. Good sleep hygiene and relaxation techniques reduce stress-related heat surges. Targeted change can significantly improve sleep quality and reduce nighttime hot flashes. Hot flashes are commonly thought of as a purely hormonal issue. While it is true that hormonal changes, especially around menopause, are the root cause, they are not the whole story. When estrogen levels decline, the hypothalamus acts like the body's thermostat, becomes more sensitive to even slight fluctuations in body temperature. This heightened sensitivity is what creates those sudden waves of heat and night sweats. However, people don't realize is that this hormonal shift only sets the stage. The real intensity and frequency of hot flashes are often influenced by external lifestyle factors. For example, the foods we eat, the drinks we consume, the stress we carry, and even the clothing we wear can all either worsen or relieve symptoms. Someone who eats a spicy meal before bed, instance, may notice more frequent nighttime hot flashes, not because their hormone levels suddenly changed, because the external stimulus triggered the body's already sensitive thermostat. Similarly, alcohol and caffeine act as stimulants that elevate heart rate and raise body temperature, making the body more prone to experiencing heat surges at night. Environmental conditions also play a huge role. A warm bedroom, heavy blankets, synthetic sleepwear can trap heat and worsen sweating. On the other hand, choosing lightweight fabrics, cotton sheets, and keeping the bedroom cool can reduce triggers dramatically. Stress is another lifestyle factor that often gets overlooked. Emotional stress activates the body's fight or flight response, raising core body temperature and triggering hot flashes, especially at night when the body should be winding down for rest. Relaxation techniques like meditation, breathing exercises, stretching before bedtime can calm the nervous system and make the thermostat less reactive. In essence, while hormones create the vulnerability, lifestyle choices determine the severity of the experience. Why two people of the same age and hormonal status may have very different hot flash experiences, because their daily habits, environment, and stress levels are not the same. Recognizing this connection empowers individuals to take practical steps that can make a real difference. By paying attention to triggers like food, drinks, stress, and sleep environment, find that their hot flashes become less frequent and less severe even without medical intervention. This doesn't mean that lifestyle factors can completely eliminate the problem, absolutely shape how manageable or unmanageable it feels. The takeaway is that hormones set the background condition for hot flashes, external lifestyle choices that either amplify or soothe the symptoms, giving people more control than they might initially believe. Caffeine, alcohol, Spicy foods may seem harmless, but when it comes to nighttime hot flashes, they can act as powerful triggers that make the symptoms far more intense. Caffeine, found in coffee, tea, and even some medications, is a stimulant that raises heart rate and metabolism. This elevation in activity increases body temperature, exactly the opposite of what someone prone to hot flashes needs before bed. Even if a person does not feel jittery after caffeine, the body can still be internally more alert, warmer, and restless, making it easier for a hot flash to occur during the night. Alcohol, on the other hand, has a different effect on the body. It may feel like a relaxant in the moment, someone to fall asleep faster, but it disrupts the deeper stages of sleep and alters body temperature regulation. Alcohol dilates blood vessels, which gives that flushed feeling many people notice after drinking. For someone already vulnerable to sudden temperature spikes, vasodilation can easily trigger a nighttime hot flash or make an existing one worse. Spicy foods, while delicious and satisfying, also stimulate the body in ways that encourage heat. Compound capsaicin, responsible for the spiciness, tricks the body into feeling heat and can cause increased perspiration. Eating these foods too close to bedtime means the body will still be processing and reacting to the spice when it should be cooling down and preparing for rest. Combination of higher internal heat, digestive activity, and stimulation makes it more likely for hot flashes to interrupt sleep. Important to understand is that these triggers may not affect everyone equally, but they all create conditions that make hot flashes more likely. Are highly sensitive to even a small cup of coffee in the late afternoon, while others may only notice a problem after multiple cups or heavy meals. Similarly, glass of wine at dinner could lead to restless, sweaty nights for one person, while another might only be affected after heavier drinking. This variability often leads to confusion. Many people don't immediately connect their diet with their nighttime symptoms. Keeping a simple record of what was consumed before bedtime and how the night went can help identify personal patterns and triggers. Avoiding these foods and drinks entirely may not always be necessary, but adjusting the timing can make a significant difference. For instance, limiting caffeine to the morning hours, enjoying alcohol earlier in the evening instead of right before bed, or saving spicy meals for lunchtime rather than dinner allows the body more time to process these stimulants before rest. The body enters sleep in a calmer, cooler state, reducing the chances of disruptive hot flashes. Ultimately, being mindful of how caffeine, alcohol, spicy foods interact with the body's delicate temperature balance can give individuals practical control over their nighttime comfort and quality of sleep. Managing body temperature may seem like a simple idea. For someone dealing with nighttime hot flashes, it can be one of the most effective single changes to bring real relief. The body's thermostat, controlled by the hypothalamus, sensitive during menopause or hormonal shifts, and any extra warmth can act like fuel to an already unstable system. This is why strategies focused on staying cool can make such a noticeable difference. Keeping the bedroom cooler is the first step. Have shown that people sleep best in slightly cooler environments, and for those experiencing hot flashes, the room temperature, even by a few degrees, can reduce the frequency and intensity of episodes. Air circulation also plays a role, so using a ceiling fan, floor fan, opening a window when possible helps prevent heat from building up around the body during sleep. Bedding and sleepwear are equally important. Heavy blankets, synthetic fabrics, tight clothing trap heat and prevent the skin from breathing, which can trigger or prolong a hot flash. Switching to lightweight fabrics such as cotton or moisture-wicking materials allows the body to release heat more effectively. Layering blankets instead of relying on one heavy comforter gives the option to easily adjust during the night without completely disrupting sleep. Some people even find that cooling pillows or mattress toppers designed to regulate temperature provide an additional layer of comfort. Another aspect of managing body temperature is creating habits before bedtime that prevent the body from being overheated to begin with. A warm shower or bath may seem counterintuitive, but it can actually help regulate temperature because the body cools itself down afterward. Avoiding hot beverages or meals too close to bedtime also prevents unnecessary heat buildup. Hydration with cool water throughout the evening can keep the body's system balanced and ready for rest. Even the position of the body during sleep can have an impact. Flat on the back may trap more heat, while side sleeping can sometimes feel cooler because it allows more airflow around the body. Simple practices such as keeping a glass of cold water by the bedside or a damp washcloth nearby can provide quick relief if a hot flash wakes someone during the night. Physical environment relaxation techniques that lower stress also help regulate body temperature. when the nervous system is calmer, is less likely to misinterpret normal fluctuations in temperature as extreme, which reduces the likelihood of a hot flash. Gentle breathing exercises, stretching, music before bed all contribute to a cooler, more stable internal state. What makes temperature management so powerful is that it is non-invasive, cost-effective, can be adapted to individual preferences. One person may find that a cooling pillow is enough, while another might need to combine several strategies like lowering the thermostat and changing sleepwear. Either way, the body consistently cool creates a stable foundation for better sleep and reduces the disruptive cycle of waking up sweating, throwing off covers, struggling to fall back asleep. Good sleep hygiene and relaxation techniques are often overlooked, yet they can be some of the most effective tools in reducing stress-related heat surges that lead to nighttime hot flashes. Hygiene refers to the habits and environment that set the stage for restful sleep, and when those practices are carefully managed, help the body maintain a more stable internal rhythm. For individuals experiencing hot flashes, the nervous system is already in a heightened state of sensitivity. Stress, anxiety, and irregular sleep routines only add fuel to the fire, making it more likely that the body will misinterpret small temperature changes as major disturbances. On both consistency and relaxation, it is possible to calm this overactive system and reduce the intensity of nighttime episodes. Establishing a regular sleep schedule is one of the simplest yet most powerful steps. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day helps regulate the body's circadian rhythm. Turn keeps hormonal and temperature signals more balanced. Creating a wind-down routine before bed can also reduce stress levels. Activities like reading a calming book, to soft music, or practicing gentle stretches send signals to the brain that it is time to transition into rest, lowering the likelihood of sudden temperature spikes. Relaxation techniques such as deep breathing exercises or progressive muscle relaxation are particularly effective because they directly counteract the body's stress response. Stress is high, cortisol levels rise, and the body naturally warms as part of the fight or flight reaction. By slowing the breath, consciously relaxing tense muscles, and focusing on calmness, the nervous system shifts into a parasympathetic state where the body feels safe and cools down naturally. Meditation and mindfulness practices have been shown to produce similar effects. Even 5 to 10 minutes of mindful breathing before bed can reduce nighttime awakenings and the frequency of hot flashes. Another important aspect of sleep hygiene is reducing exposure to stimulants before bedtime. Bright screens, intense conversations, or even late night work can leave the mind too active, preventing the body from fully winding down. Blue light from phones and laptops suppresses melatonin, the hormone responsible for sleep, not only delays rest, but also makes the nervous system more reactive. Limiting screen time and choosing calming activities instead can make a measurable difference. The physical sleep environment also matters. A dark, quiet, and cool bedroom helps signal the body that it is time to sleep, while cluttered or noisy spaces keep the mind alert. Blackout curtains, white noise machines, or simple eye masks can remove small stressors that otherwise keep the body on edge. Hydration and nutrition play a role as well. Bed dehydrated or overly full can stress the body, while balanced evening meals and water intake help it feel more stable. Ultimately, hygiene combined with relaxation practices acts like a reset button for the body, lowering stress levels and reducing the chance of heat surges. Calming both the mind and the body before bedtime, gain greater control over their nighttime experiences, and wake feeling more rested and comfortable. One targeted change can significantly improve sleep quality and reduce nighttime hot flashes, because even small adjustments have the power to reset how the body responds to temperature triggers. Assume that relief requires complicated treatments or multiple interventions, but often the body reacts positively when just one key factor is addressed consistently. For example, lowering the bedroom temperature may not sound dramatic, yet for someone whose body is highly sensitive to warmth, this single adjustment can prevent the cascade of events that lead to waking up drenched in sweat. Likewise, changing from synthetic fabrics to breathable cotton pajamas can reduce overheating and improve airflow, leading to a more stable night's rest. Shifts work because hot flashes are not random. They are responses to identifiable triggers. By identifying and eliminating even one major trigger, the cycle can be interrupted. Another powerful example is caffeine timing. A person who routinely enjoys coffee or tea late in the evening may unknowingly be priming their body for restlessness and heat surges. Moving caffeine intake to earlier in the day, the body enters nighttime with a calmer system, which can dramatically improve both sleep quality and comfort. Similarly, alcohol is the primary trigger, cutting it back or shifting it to earlier hours can bring noticeable results. In some cases, the most effective single change is stress management. A relaxation routine before bed, such as mindful breathing or meditation, can lower cortisol levels and steady the body's thermostat. Someone whose hot flashes are strongly stress-related, this one change can feel life-changing. The power of one change also lies in the psychological effect it creates. Individuals see improvement from even a small adjustment. They gain confidence and motivation to continue experimenting with other healthy habits. Turns a problem that feels overwhelming into something more manageable.
Results.
For instance, someone may start with cooling their room at night and, after experiencing fewer hot flashes, courage to also adjust their evening diet or incorporate light exercise. Progress becomes a series of manageable steps rather than an impossible challenge. It's also important to recognize that the right change may vary from person to person. While one individual might benefit most from modifying diet, another may find that adjusting sleepwear or bedding is their key. The encouraging part is that finding this personal trigger often does not require medical intervention, expensive products, drastic lifestyle overhauls. It simply requires awareness and consistency. Keeping track of habits and symptoms makes it easier to spot which change delivers results. Ultimately, is that nighttime hot flashes are not always an all or nothing experience. One targeted adjustment can reduce their frequency or severity enough to restore better sleep. Turn improves mood, energy, and overall well-being. By focusing on that single impactful change, individuals regain a sense of control and relief, proving that sometimes small actions can lead to big improvements in quality of life. In the end, nighttime hot flashes may feel overwhelming. The message is clear: relief is possible when we begin to recognize and respond to the triggers that intensify them. Hormonal changes may set the stage, yet it is our daily choices, environment, and habits that often determine how severe or manageable the symptoms become, whether it's adjusting diet, cooling the bedroom, improving sleep hygiene, practicing relaxation techniques. Even one focused change can create a ripple effect that restores rest and balance. The path to better nights doesn't always require drastic measures. Begins with a simple, mindful adjustment that allows the body to regain comfort and stability. By paying attention to these small yet powerful changes, individuals can reclaim more peaceful sleep, improved energy, and a better quality of life, proving that hot flashes don't have to control the night.